Man, it's raining quite hard right now. Hopefully the stream won't get affected by the rain, but it's a very strong thunderstorm. In any case, I'm just gonna wait for people to drop by the stream. I'm gonna start at the 5 minute mark as usual. Bruh. I connected my phone to the PC and it just had to make that sound. Damn, nobody's watching. Wow, nobody's actually watching. Oh well. It's the 5 minute mark. I'm just gonna start. You walk along your way to the forest and search for the field of sunflowers. After some time, you come across the sunflower garden. You meet the person you're looking for. Wait, what happened to the music? Oh, damn. There's an ongoing thunderstorm right now. Hello, Yuuka. Hey, That's as far as you go. I really don't want you stepping on these sunflowers. You'll hurt the poor, tortured souls that live inside them. What? Just kidding. Mostly. Uh, well, to be honest, I've already played this visual novel a lot of times now, but also, by the way, I think my live chat is broken. No matter what I do, I can't connect. It's not refreshing. Refreshing. Mm, yeah, my live chat is broken in the on the stream, but your I can read your live chat just fine on my phone, Jay. So finally, you're here. Anyways, I played this visual novel over and over for so many times now. I have like 3 hours into this, but I just want to show you just how good this visual novel is. To well, it is CBT, which is cognitive behavioral therapy, which honestly works. It worked. It worked on me. This visual novel actually um helped my mental state a little bit better than usual, which is nice. In any case, let's continue. Okay, there's the music. I'm Yuuka Kazami. You must be here for the CBT sessions. Ah, man. I know it's supposed to be cognitive behavioral therapy, but all I could think about whenever it comes to Yuuka is the you know what I mean. Anyways, this OST is really nice. I mostly just keep to myself and enjoy the company of flowers all year round. But I figured it can't hurt to learn more about humans and how their minds work. So I picked up a psychology book that a Hapyokai shop owner had laying around in his store. It was there I learned about cognitive behavioral therapy. It seemed pretty useful and I couldn't help but want to share it with a few humans. And here we are, so glad you could make it. Really glad you could make it. Real glad. I can't. The smug face on Yuuka is just... It makes me feel things. Anyway, it's so nice of you to join me. The human mind, it's deep and complex, it's amazing. But at the same time, it's quite irrational, downright absurd at some points. Our brain is ultimately trying to protect itself, but sometimes it overreacts to things that aren't really viable threats to our safety and well-being. These irrational thoughts can cause a slew of problems to our mental health. True. That's where cognitive behavioral therapy comes in. Essentially, cognitive behavioral therapy is using logic-based strategies to help alleviate symptoms of poor mental health. Anyone who has mental problems who are watching the stream right now, even though I can clearly see on my statistics that no one's watching except for Jay. But if you do come across this stream and you're at this part right now, do take notes about what the game is telling, like what Yuuka is telling you, because it is quite what do you call this? It is quite informational. Yeah. Our problems come from irrationality, so it's only natural that grounding ourselves in logic and reason can help us live better. We can't change how we feel, but we can certainly change how we react. And by changing how we react, we can eventually change how we feel. Damn. It becomes a full circle, just like nature itself. Kinda beautiful when you think about it that way. With cognitive behavioral therapy, you can take some steps to finally reclaim your true self. With that said, this is different from simply giving you advice. These are actual activities you have to try multiple times to see results. But you wouldn't have come all this way to not put at least some effort in, right? It wouldn't be very nice to waste your time here. Or my time. Wouldn't we not? At all. With that said, let's begin the first lesson. This one is about negative or inaccurate thinking. In life, sometimes things do not go our way. Sometimes, you say. I think that happens to me most of the time, Yuuka, but go on. Naturally, this is perfectly normal and bound to happen eventually. However, sometimes we think of the worst possible things as a result of when the unexpected occurs. As a result, we may develop certain lines of thinking that are not in line with reality. To combat this, we simply just need to challenge these overblown thoughts with reality. For example, let's say you said hi to a friend you saw across a hall or a street, but oh no, they seemingly completely ignored you. Now tell me, what is the reason for this? What usually comes to your mind when something like this happens? My friend hates me. My friend was mad at me over something I did. I must be dumb, stupid, and ugly. Me personally, I go to this line of thinking. Yeah. It's common to think that at first glance. Well, as you have just demonstrated, it's easy to jump to a conclusion and think it must be our fault when something like this happens. However, this is mostly an emotional side talking to us this way. We have not yet challenged it with logic. Now I will demonstrate some more logical grounds as to why your friend might have ignored you. They could have been busy with something that took up all of their attention. They thought I was a stranger calling someone else. They could have been dealing with something serious and your voice was drowned out. They simply didn't hear you. See? Isn't that better? Don't you find that it's much more likely that they just didn't hear you than them? It should be that. Than them hating you over something you're not even sure would have made them upset. Next time you think of such negative thoughts, try to counter it with logic. Instead of thinking they walked past me because they hate me, try something much more logical, such as they were probably busy with something and simply didn't hear me. Of course, it doesn't apply to just friends, it can apply to anything. For instance, I myself don't particularly have any close friends, but I still worry about some things. When I go flower gazing, a thought will pop in my head. I'll think, oh no, what if someone interrupts my gazing and ruins the flowers I enjoy watching so much? But then I go, don't worry, the moment he so much as creases these flowers, I'll slowly turn him inside out with my pinky finger and make his family watch. Damn, that's hot. I mean, what? And I just feel so much better afterwards. Oh, but such a thing doesn't really relate to you, here's one. Let's say you want to go to the doctor, but you're scared of needles and don't want to get seriously injured. Once again, just challenge it with logic. Counter it with something like, she's a trained professional who has done this countless times. The chances of anything going seriously wrong are extremely low. Unless you live in the Final Destination universe, which, everything goes wrong. Now, I hope you get the general idea. Overall, if you get any negative thoughts that are causing you unease, be sure to try and challenge them with logic-based thoughts. Oh, I wouldn't try to have grand arguments with yourself in your head, just simply address the thoughts. And remember, you don't have to entirely believe what you counter it with. The important thing is to just respond in an appropriate manner. Well, that concludes our first lesson. Now on to the next lesson. This one is about thought journals. Thought journals are the use of writing down your negative feelings and identifying patterns of harmful and often illogical thinking, then challenging those lines of thinking with more helpful, balanced, and logical thoughts. First, you write out what exactly is causing you distress and why. Be as specific as you can, write down what you're feeling. You can even note the intensity of how you feel. Then when you have written it out, identify the portions of irrational thinking present in what you have written. Finally, after you have identified the irrational portions, change them with more healthy, balanced thoughts that are based on logic. This is helpful not only because you're challenging your beliefs again, but also because writing down your thoughts allows you to give them a whole new perspective that can help you cope better. Now, the tricky part is identifying what exactly you wrote down that's irrational. I think it's best if I just give you an example of what a proper thought journal entry looks like. Take a look at this. I made it for a common situation humans face. What's bothering me? I think my friends actually don't like me and don't want to hang out with me because I'm a depressing person who brings them down. To be honest, I do think like that. How this makes me feel? Sad, depressed, lonely, hopeless. How bad it hurts? For me, personally, it hurts 9 out of 10. Yeah, it hurts really bad. Irrational lines of thinking present in this thought. Mind reading. Oh, okay. So these are the irrational lines of thinking. Mind reading. I am assuming what my friends are thinking about me even though I cannot read their minds. There's no way to know what they are thinking without them actually telling me. Negative assumptions. I am only thinking that my friends don't like me, however, I did not take into account the nice things they have done for me that prove that they do in fact like me. Ooh. Emotional reasoning. I am only going off of this based on feeling alone and not logic. There's no evidence to suggest that my friends secretly despise me. Yeah, that is true, but in my case, I am often quite the asshole. I am quite honest about being a jerk, about being a scumbag, so sometimes I do sometimes think that some of my friends do in fact not like me because I am authentic enough to admit that I am an asshole, but I don't really change my ways in, despite recognizing that flaw. So yeah, if anything, if there's something to despise about me, it's that part of me, which is being an insufferable asshole. Anyways, what is a more balanced, reasonable thought? My friends wouldn't actually be my friends if they didn't like me. I can always ask them if there's anything I do that puts them in a worse mood, or they can just tell me themselves and we can work from there. That is very true. And with that, you should have an understanding of what a thought journal is and how to use it. It involves more effort, but can be more helpful. That's generally what you have to put in when it comes to more extensive therapy. On to the final lesson. This one is called belief experimentation. This one is a step further from what you've learned so far. This is one of the most powerful CBT strategy you can learn. As the name implies, a belief experiment is when you act out on something that you think may cause you distress and then noting what actually happened when you acted it out. Since our negative feelings are not based on reality, acting them out and noting what happened is one of the best ways you can ease troubles. This is because more often than not, what actually transpired doesn't match with what we thought would happen in our minds. Now, to get started, first start by writing down the experiment you're going to do that's based on your troubles. Then, write down what you think is going to happen. Next, perform your experiment whenever that may be. Then, you write down what actually ended up happening and what you have learned from it. Was it as bad as you thought it was? Was it a positive or negative outcome? Would you be doing this again in the future? Did it ease your troubles? Just like the thought journal, reflection is key. I know, I'll perform a belief experiment myself. I already finished some of it anyway. Here goes. Experiment, I shall give CBT lessons to a human. Prediction, the human will end up wasting my time because I believe humans to be weak and disappointing. Outcome, well, I guess now is as good as any of the time to show you my new spell card. Zaglop. She's gonna shoot me, guys. It's over. I mean, I would love to be shot by Yuuka, but, you know. Bang, bang, bang! Now then, where were we? Ah, right. We were just seeing if you're really wasting my time or not. Let me quiz you on some of the things we learned today. If you get it right, that means you have indeed been listening and therefore have not been wasting my time, thus proving that humans aren't so bad after all. Get it wrong, and well, you'll just be confirming what I knew, but that's okay, it doesn't affect me in the slightest. Now, on to the first question. Let's start with something basic. What does CBT stand for? Ah, shit, I'm. Cognitive behavioral therapy. Nah, I love you, Yuuka. Marry me, Yuuka. Yuuka is cute. Lamau. Nah, I'm going with this. I'm going with this. Nobody can stop me. Marry me, Yuuka. Next question is, what is a cognitive thought journal? When you write about events that's bothering you and find flaws in your line of thought. When you write about how much you love Yuuka. When you write about how you're going to make Yuuka happy. When you write about how cute Yuuka is. To be honest, Yuuka is more pretty than she is cute. Just check her, check most of the fan arts that Yuuka has. Like, she's drawn in a very beautiful way. And, sometimes there are cute fan arts, but most of the time she's drawn, in a gorgeous way. Like, yeah. Nah. Looks like you made it to the final question. What is a belief experiment? When you act out on what's bothering you and you take note of what actually transpired, when you experiment with kissing Yuuka, when you experiment with calling Yuuka cute. Nah, I'm gonna go with this. Bruh. Come now, come now. I was never going to hurt you. I just like to have fun and toy around with humans. They're so unique. Sometimes I just mess around with them, other times they turn into fertilizer for the sunflowers. Mostly kidding with that one. Anyways, let's take the thought experiment from the top now, shall we? Experiment. I should give CBT lessons to a human. Prediction. The human will not wasting my time because I believe humans to be weak and disappointing. Outcome. Prediction did not come true. Answered. Quote unquote. Answered every question correctly. I mean, I guess the correct answer is to always make Yuuka happy. Yay! prediction did not come true. The human listened to me attentively, answered every question correctly, exceeded my expectations, and thoroughly entertained me. Reflection. Humans can be a wonderful source of entertainment. I shall hang out with them more. Particularly this human right here. My heart. Oh, I guess this goes without saying, but when you feel scared or frightened, always remember the happy times in your life. Good memories can save your life, as they say. Well, that concludes the lessons. Try out whichever method works best for you whenever you need it. Use it. Make use of what I taught you today. I need it. That said, I had a really good time today. Thank you. Nah, Yuuka. Thank you. You're free to come back anytime you want if you need a refresher. I spent 3 hours in this game. I do hope to see you soon. I better see you soon. Alright. Don't worry, Yuuka. I'll be at the Garden of the Sun later. I have managed to track down where Gensokyo is. Okay? We're gonna have a fun time together. Well, take care now. Play a game. I'm actually gonna do the DLC with Patchouli as well, because I've only been live for 27 minutes, so that's quite short for a live stream. So yeah. And anyways, in any case, let's go with it. Getting help with Patchouli knowledge. After making your way into the mansion, you wander aimlessly around the library looking for the person who might be able to help you. After a while, you find the person you're looking for and greet her. Hello, old hag. Oh, I didn't see you there. I did imagine you didn't have too much trouble getting here, given how rather easy it is to get past our mansion gates. I mean, you can't really fault Mei Ling for that, okay? She's the only one guarding the gate, and she's overworked as hell, so she always falls asleep on the job. I'd imagine. Oh yeah, I've already finished. Normally, I'd fry intruders to a crisp, but I don't sense one shred of danger from your aura. And that look on your face, you seem like you need some help. I'm Patchouli Knowledge. What brings you here? Oh, you're the... Well, perfect timing. I've actually been looking for you. Thanks for showing up. I have a story to tell you. This story is 100% true. None of it has been made up. Just for you, I'm going to use the full extent of what I've learned during my reading. It dates back a long time ago, so get comfortable. This may take a while. Long ago, before even Remelia and I were born, the people told rumors of a sacred object that would give you the entire world. If you had this sacred artifact, you would have power beyond your wildest dreams. As long as you had it, you would have the heart of a lion, the strength of 100 men, the cunning of a snake, and the speed of a leopard. There was a typo. Oh, however, it became apparent that only those with a pure and noble heart could use it. For that reason, the sacred artifact is a reason behind the rise and fall of many civilizations throughout history. Oh my god, the Cyrano Fumo looks so ridiculous. It originated when the artifact stood on top of a rock on a hill somewhere in ancient Britannia. But no man or woman was able to take it off the stone until one day a young boy named Charles... No, it wasn't. It wasn't Charles. It was... right. It was... It was none other than Caesar. And when Caesar took the Fumo out of the stone, he was in complete awe over his newfound strength. He personally treaded 200,000 miles back to Rome. He then built up the entire Roman Empire from the ground up with his bare hands. The sacred artifact laid on top of it as a true testament to its power. But alas, he went mad with power and abused his position. He became more cruel than he was merciful. Everyone revolted against the cruel emperor. And at the last moment, when he needed it, the sacred artifact vanished before his very eyes. Caesar was killed by his own people. Overnight, every single Roman city collapsed and crumbled. And that's how the Roman Empire fell. Anyways, that's enough history for now. What I meant to show you is... surprise! Happy birthday! It's not my birthday. Happy birthday! We heard the news and decided we should all come. How old are you now? 18? 19? 21? 25? I'm 19. It doesn't matter. You still look cute enough to be chopped up into 30 tiny pieces and eaten. That's hot. Please do that to me. I mean, what? Indeed, maybe I can cook you up and feed the mistresses while we're at it. It would make a rather nice snack. Just kidding. Oh, we were? Darn it, I was getting excited for a second there. Anyways, but Julie, I believe you have something for our special guest. That's right, it wouldn't be much of a birthday without a present. Of course, it's about that legendary artifact I was talking about earlier. It was found on the borders of Gensokyo and we managed to procure it through slightly questionable means. Here you go, King. Yeah, I now have a Sereno Fumo. Let's go. With this, as long as you have a noble heart, there's nothing you won't be able to do. It's yours now. Tell them it's not your birthday. You tell them you appreciate the kind gestures, but they're mistaken. Your tone immediately changes and you assure them that it is in fact your birthday. You then proceed to take the artifact. As soon as you touch it, it disappears and you can feel its essence seep deep inside of you. Well, look at that. The human became one with it. I am now with Cyrano. Icicle fall! I've never seen anything like it. One more thing, human. It's a request from all of us. That's right. We do care about you and your well-being. Oh, indeed, that's why. We want you to promise us that you'll never stop getting better. And if you ever feel down again, please don't hesitate to see me again. Or me, I promise I won't hurt you, for the most part. All time to celebrate, I'll bring the cake. I'll get Kawakuma to fetch the drinks. Then I'll stay here with a human in the meantime. Don't get too excited now, Yuuka. Can't promise you that. Hopefully Yuuka will behave herself by the others are God. Hopefully. Man, every time I come across that, those those kind words that they say at the end, like, man, it always never fails to make me tear up, bro. Man, I wish I heard that a lot more often, but it is what it is. And yeah, I mean, there's one person I am really close with, and she's the only one who really says something similar to that. I mean, like my ex. I don't even think my ex was, yeah. I don't even think my ex was that supportive of me compared to this other one. Yeah, man, it's just supposed to be. Oh man, I guess this is what CBT does to you. It does make you open up. And it would have been better if there was someone actually watching right now. Oh well. Ah, I wish. Yeah, I do wish there was someone on the stream right now. So we can just talk about, you know, very. I can't even put words into it. I guess I just want to be be able to talk with someone and share our experiences together. Yeah. The music doesn't help as well. Like it is quite melancholic. So it also added to the factor that made me tear up. Man, I've only been live for 37 minutes. Like the game's already done. The visual novel's already finished. And since nobody's really watching, so I guess I should just, yeah. I guess this is a good time to stop. Anyways, those of you who stumble upon this stream like after the VOD, the VOD, the what do you even call that? Like once the stream is published and it's no longer live, if you stumble upon this, thanks for watching it, and I'll see you in the next one whenever that comes. Bye bye. Bruh, I just noticed the fucking my the image that I have for when the stream ends. I'm pouting. It kind of fits with how the stream ends.